We're going to go through and talk about every single team in the game and kill order priority. And this was actually a question that I had been seeing in the comment section. What's up, Valley? And
What's
then,
up, man?
and then I said, let's make this video. It's like I put it in my mailbag yesterday. So you beat me to the punch a little bit. So this is a duplicate video.
It's part of the mailbag. I don't know if a lot of people watched it. It wasn't in the main title. So let's do it again. And actually, some of my answers have shifted in that day. So
I wanted to ask you because you blitz a lot, and so you probably have a very specific kill orders. So we're just gonna go down my save squads and do it. Let's start up here with Black Order. Go ahead and tell me the way that you beat up this team. How do you go about doing this?
I hopefully they're all three of these guys are in a line right there, and I could attack these guys to get Thanos's get them under the health, so Thanos gets his speed bar. He does the flip first, and then my Thanos goes second. So I normally target these guys, trying to get it before the Cull taunt. If Cull taunts, got to go through Cull. But primary targets for me are Ebony Maw and Proxima Midnight, if I can get to them.
Okay, yeah. So I was gonna say this is basically if I can pick off Ebony Maw first, fantastic, right? But then you're stuck behind Cull, and then once you get through Cull, then it's pretty much get through. It seems like the rest of the Corvus and Proxima and Ebony Maw all fall down around the same time, and then you're typically stuck with Thanos and Cull. That's kind of usually how I see it. But
if Maw is done though, that team loses a lot.
Yeah. So the number one, I just put it out here. The number one priority on that team is to get through Ebony Maw. If you get through Ebony Maw, usually you can win. But then you're just stuck behind Cull. Okay, let's go to Asgardians. So. I know in War plays out differently than Blitz.
All right, I don't face this team in Blitz. I avoid these guys. So this would be a War conversation for me as well.
Okay, so my number one priority is Thor, and then it's Hela.
Okay.
I go
see, I gave a little different answer yesterday. I like going Loki first.
Okay, for the stealth. I also do
stealth. I don't want Thor to go into stealth. I don't want Hela to go into stealth. So Loki's for me.
Okay, I guess it's because I use Asgard. I use X-Men, so it's AoE anyways. But I'm just primarily targeting Thor to minimize the charges, and then I try to do back-to-back AoEs to finish off the team. And then depending on where the red stars are, but it's like you can't ignore Thor. You can't be targeting people outside of Thor because he's just going to be smashing you. And it seems like if he smashes twice, it's bad. Typically, if you can minimize it to one smash, you're okay. Does that make sense?
Kind of just pick your poison with this team. You want the big AoE, you want your characters going to stealth, or you want Greg just going after you and Hela getting turn meter and health. So they're all
yeah, and it seems like the really ugly teams they know to 14 Thor and Hela. And you don't even need to do much to the rest of the team. You could probably leave the rest of the team at 11 or 10 and it'll be just fine as long as they have a high Thor and a high Hela, right?
Yeah, so some of it will be according to red stars, but normally Loki first. I guess I haven't ran into Thor looking like that. That's
now this is a team that you're probably not likely to come up against, and my only suggestion is I try to at least ping Venom pretty low so that he doesn't give defense up to the other symbiotes. But I don't think this is a team that people are going to come up against. I don't see this on defense.
Not on defense. If I see that team on Blitz, I avoid them. I don't run into them. But
yeah, I don't know if it's worth talking about this team because you're not going to come up against this team. Maybe we might get two new symbiotes anyways, and then we're going to have an entirely different conversation.
That's the rumors.
Okay, so Inhumans also I don't come up against them, but I got to tell you this: you have to get through Crystal first.
Yeah, Crystal with her passive.
Yeah, Crystal's annoying, and then Yo-Yo's annoying.
Yo-Yo.
You kind of
you gotta be careful of the damage from Black Bolt. So those are the three ones.
Yeah,
Crystal I would say is a little higher.
Crystal, yeah, okay. Right. And then same thing. You don't come up against X-Men in defense.
Oh, that is a very strong Ward D team though. Most people don't use it on Ward D, but. Yeah, that's a tough one to face.
You need to avoid killing off Phoenix like a plague and get through Colossus and the red team. I think the number one priority would be Cyclops. If you
that is who I picked, Cyclops and then Storm, because both have big AoEs. Those are my first two.
Okay, so
unless she goes into Dark Phoenix, then that's number one priority.
All right, so this is a controversial team, and the only thing that I know is you absolutely 1,000% have to kill Strife first. You can't just like dispel Strife's taunt and start working on somebody else because he's going to keep regenerating and keep getting barrier. You have to kill Strife first, no matter what. And then from there,
unfortunately, that's true.
And then I've heard, and I got to tell you, I've talked to several people, and there's conflicting opinions. People, oh, you got to take out Mr. Sinister. But most of the time, I'm coming up against like 140k Sinister, and you ignore him because you're not going to dent him. You might as well take him out last. It's probably probably smarter to go after Sabretooth or Mystique if you can keep Mystique from going under stealth, or Emma. There's what do you do on this team? I've got a lot of conflicting opinions on this.
I try to go after Emma first if possible, but usually I have to end up going through Strife, taking out Strife first, just because he's so beefy. He's getting all those deflects and everything. So Strife is the primary target. Sinister's not that bad, because a lot of times when you're facing him on the defense, the AI more often than not is going to clone the wrong target. So Sinister's not as bad on defense, but Emma, if I could get to her, would be primary, but it's normally Strife, just like you said.
Yeah, I can say you Strife first without a doubt. Okay, so this one here has a very logical, specific kill order. Without a doubt, you have to kill Shield. You have to kill Shield Medic first.
Medic is done.
You have to kill Medic first, because if you go after Coulson, you're gonna be wasting your time, because she's gonna revive and she's healing up the team. Yeah.
Speaking of Coulson, that is a nice looking Coulson you got there.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, that's juicy right there. So we'll see if that holds up in war. That's my first one. So yeah, with that, and then keeping, depending on what team you use, you want to keep security disrupted. You're going to get bounced back and forth on security with defense up if you don't have disrupted on him. But you have to kill Medic first, and from there they just all kind of fall apart pretty quickly after that, right?
Yes. Yeah, after Medic's gone, it's whoever. Especially if you have that disrupted on security, you could go after whoever you want.
Okay. What do we do here? I don't come up against this team, but I imagine you're just going to be stuck going through Blob. And
if you can't get a couple kills before Juggernaut does his taunt, you're in trouble.
Yeah,
I don't see these two muddy. PvP is where I see Magneto and Juggernaut a lot, and try to get Magneto down, try to get Pyro down.
Well,
if Juggernaut taunts before that, you're in trouble.
Yeah, Blob Toad goes first, giving almost always in all situations, Toad goes first, and then Blob has got a taunt. He's almost like a Drax. That combo there makes Blob basically Drax. He's going to be taunting, giving deflect. The other thing I've noticed is, like, if I go up against mercenaries, if for some reason Pyro gets blinded, it's good game. You lose. It's over on that matchup right there. So that's not a team that people come up on defense. You're going to get stuck between Blob and then Juggernaut no matter what. I mean, if you could somehow wipe, usually Magneto pops off pretty early, and then your primary target probably have to be Pyro. If you can get to him.
Yeah, if you could get to Magneto or Pyro before Juggernaut taunts, you're in a lot better shape. After that, you just got to kind of survive, because you're going to have, if Juggernaut taunts, you're going to have to go through him. And he's going to have this big charge coming as well. So all right. Juggernaut's the key. Kill somebody before Juggernaut, basically.
All right. Number one priority for me is going to be Minerva, then Rocket. What do you think?
No disagreement.
Yeah.
Minerva's down. She can't revive. No healing. Rocket's down. No big AoE. The team's done after that. So.
Yeah, you have to go in that order on that. That's a pretty clear cut. I don't see this team on defense, so I would have idea. It seems like Torch gets deleted early, and you might as well just delete Torch and then Mr. Fantastic, and then the rest. You're gonna get stuck behind Invisible Woman probably.
This is where I'm gonna deviate from yesterday. Yesterday, my two picks were Torch and Invisible Woman. Mm-hmm. Someone left a comment. Fantastic is the guy to go through for all of those assists. So Fantastic should be the first one when you think about it. Yeah. You're getting some offense up from Torch. More often than not, he's going to die before that big AoE if you're playing it right. But those assists from Fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah. And I don't know if you
agree.
I don't know if you can stop Invisible Woman.
It's these two right here. If you could kill those two, I could see going for Mr. Fantastic Force. I just know that he's super squishy and easy to get through. Torch just seems to die anyways, always. All right, so Avengers. You kind of have to go through Captain first, right? No matter what. I mean, you don't have much of a choice.
Well, if the AI is playing him, you got a little bit of a leeway with that. AI is going to open with that ultimate, right?
But don't you want to hit him as much as possible before he gets defense up?
You know what? I might have to end up going through him. I'd rather see if I could kill Hawkeye or Black Widow first when I see this team.
Okay.
Normally I have to end up going through Cap. I try not to go through Hulk. That's a bad thing. But if I could kill off Black Widow or Hawkeye before that, I'm in good shape.
Every time I see this team, I know Cap's gonna get defense up, so I try to kill him before that happens, or at least get him down to like 25% health as quickly as possible. Because it seems like a mess. Well, because he has outrageous block, and then the block plus defense up almost makes him impenetrable. And it's just like I feel like if I start working on Hawkeye and he doesn't die, then I'm stuck behind Captain America, and then that's just much longer when I could have been focusing on Captain America the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, this team is countered pretty easly by power armor, so the defense ups don't really matter when you're using power armor. Strange is another good counter to that team. It could flip the Black Widow speed up early on. That's a good counter to this team, but I'd like to kill Hawkeye and Black Widow first, but yeah, it makes sense going after Captain America.
All right, so this is pretty easy to counter. I think the whole team falls apart. Doctor Strange first.
Strange is done.
Yeah, kill Doctor Strange, and then you have to go to Ghost Rider. Doctor Strange, then Ghost Rider, and then it's pretty much done.
Yeah.
Power armor. I don't know, man. You just kill Rescue and the team. Yeah, just kill Rescue and the team.
Maybe Rescue and Falcon, but once Rescue's down, they lose a lot. They're not getting that offense up.
Yeah, Rescue is pretty much the whole team right there. So just delete Rescue.
This was an interesting one yesterday.
Okay, so I think there's two ways of doing this. The problem is that Squirrel Girl is hard to focus fire early because she'll give herself defense up, and then when she drops below, typically you'll get the taunt on Ms. Marvel. And so what I've been doing is just like planning on Squirrel Girl doing her thing and just trying to get through Ms. Marvel first because she's gonna taunt anyways. Might as well just try to kill her. And then get to Squirrel Girl.
Yeah. Miss Marvel, and then Squirrel Girl because of the healing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Captain Marvel's gonna do her thing. I don't know if you're gonna be able to stop that. She comes very early on. She has binary. I don't know if you're able to stop her. So maybe the third kill for Captain Marvel.
She's gonna be last. I'm gonna burn through those 4, and then I'm just hopefully I have enough to take a 1 versus 5 situation or something, right? That's usually how that goes down. All right,
but I agreed. Miss Marvel's the first one.
All right, so what about AIM without Ultron? He says pretty much
without Ultron, there's one person you'd kill, and that team's done.
Scientist Supreme, right? Just kill her. All right.
With Ultron, probably still Scientist Supreme, then Ultron, but yeah, Scientist Supreme is the one.
Okay, obviously the one Mercenaries is all about Taskmaster, right?
Yeah, I can see the argument for Lieutenant as well, but if you get Taskmaster, it doesn't matter what Taskmaster.
Well, if you don't kill Taskmaster, you're gonna lose. You almost have to go. This is a really horrible match.
It's granted, it's been in punch downs, but sometimes I have just because I couldn't hit him. I've taken out Lieutenant and won, but Taskmaster's the one. If you got a choice, Taskmaster's the way to go.
Yeah, and you pretty much just have to burn them to the ground because it seems like every time you hit him, he's counting back and stripping buffs and buffing himself and doing all kinds of really horrible team, blinding everybody, studying everything.
That team underneath him, though, that one counters hard.
Well, okay, so that is true. The only way that this team works, though, is if she goes when she goes first, if she's able to knock someone over here below 50%, which is usually Merc Lieutenant, right? And actually, I don't use this team. I put Shuri here. I put Shuri there, and the reason I put
Merc healer. I don't know why anyone would put her on any other team. She doesn't have a tag, but she is a Merc.
Yeah, so you put Shuri. Yeah, she's a Merc. She puts Shuri here, and Shuri gives everybody defense up and healing, and it makes this team nearly impossible to work against this team unless you have some like horrifically huge 6 red star teenage warhead that knocks one of these people below 50%, then gives that the turn meter to X-23, and then she can double tap Taskmaster before he goes. But once they go off and they start doing all their silly things, it's pretty much these guys can fall apart. Domino just falls on the ground. They never attack Deadpool. I don't understand why this interaction with Deadpool and Domino.
Taunt.
Yeah. What if it was like a turn 1 taunt? Or no, a taunt that disappears when you tap him, right? And it's like a top / evasion. You know what I mean? It's
something.
It's like when Deadpool has evasion, all characters must target him until he doesn't have evasion.
Something like that would be cool.
Yeah, so if he gets evasion, then you have to target him, and then it goes away as soon as you've wasted that evasion or something. Because it's not. What happened? there's a couple characters that just seem to die automatically.
Your point to get hurt. That is the answer for this X-Force question, though.
Yeah,
that's the target. That's the target.
Oh yeah,
you take her out.
Oh yeah, just delete Domino first, and then you're good. You have to kill Domino before Deadpool, obviously, but Domino is the number one target. And then X-23 is the second priority, I believe.
All her turn meter, you can't have that.
Yeah, I say Domino, then X-23. All right, turn order on this. Now this varies depending on matchup, but you tell me what you do. You play against this team all the
time. Yeah, I play against this all the time in Blitz. It's either Iron Fist or Punisher, depending on Red Stars. If Punisher is crazy, I'll probably go after Iron Fist first. If Iron Fist is crazy, I'll probably go after Punisher. I go after the weaker one usually. Okay. And it usually ends up working out. It's all about Luke Cage's taunt, though. You got to do it before Luke Cage taunts or defenders.
Let me ask you a question. Have you noticed much of a difference with a 10% boost to Punisher's damage? Has it changed any of your matches?
And I usually face these guys in Blitz, and I haven't noticed a loss in Blitz because of that. So I don't think it's affected it too much.
Sinister 6.
I don't know. Vulture or Shocker, I guess.
Vulture, Shocker are the two priority targets for me. And that's the reason why I've got them split up, because they're somewhat apart. Probably should put Vulture on the opposite side of Shocker, like switch positions with these two. But yeah, Shocker does a lot of damage early, but Vulture's turn meter is really annoying, and he's super squishy and easy to get rid of compared to Rhino. And even Green Goblin's way more tanky, right?
Yeah, he's got a lot of health, and he's annoying. He's an annoying character.
I don't think we're going to see this team on defense, but I would say Zemo.
Zemo, yeah.
All right, Zemo. And then Red Skull.
Outside of War, Red Skull, yeah. In War, anybody but Red Skull.
Yeah, there's only a couple matchups, so it's not really like a normal thing. And then I think that's all the teams, and I think we covered the kill orders. I mean, some of this stuff might be war specific, and we might have to make a specific video for team counters. But the problem I have is I've done those videos before, and it seems like the information changes pretty quickly on those.
Yeah, it does. It does. We'll do this again next week, brother.
Yeah, and the reason why it's also to make a video on war is the rooms matter. It's like, my goodness, everything is like room specific. Whether or not they've got a defense up or whether you got defense down, and or whether they're going to get random effects. It's all over the place. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you have a superior strategy other than what we talked about here, I welcome that. I mean, I think some of this is subjective and depends on your play style and whatever you're attacking with and what team you're attacking with. It does vary from, but we're open to new suggestions on all this. And let me know if there's other videos that you'd like to see like this. I'd like to hear about that. Anything you want to say before we go?
Check me out on Twitch.
All right. Yeah, Valley's on Twitch lately. So as always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Bye.